I'm over here. This time the quick speed shop. I can't wait anymore. It's raining out. I need something to do. I'm going to put the cab on my chassis in my Model A hot rod shop truck. Alright, bam, here we go. I got the chassis ready to go. And the cab is ready to go. I think I'm going to sling it up with the engine picker, the cherry picker, and pick it up and it over here and plop it right down on the chassis. I'm here all by myself. Hopefully I don't drop it and destroy everything, but I think it's going to be alright. So let me dig out the engine crane, dig out some strap action, and we'll strap this thing up and swing it over here on the chassis. Alright, check out this black magic I got going on here. I'm using the engine picking load leveler here so I can tip and tuck the cab when I want to get it over the frame. I've got some chain bolted through my seatbelt holes in the structure of the cabin here. Then it's got a chain looped around the structure here, which is 1x2 rectangular tubing. So this thing is super structural. So I can just pick it like this. So what I want to do is get on here and just jack her up and see if I can get it off the dolly. And then I can use my forward back load level in action to balance it, and we'll swing it on over and put it on the frame. All right, here we go. Oh, it's working. Alright, I need to load leveler this way a little bit. Bam. Ooh, that's awesome. Holy moly, here we go. Now one thing I've done is I went and I put fluid film on top of the frame here because I want, there's no way to clean it and I just want a little bit of moisture and rust protection in case the paint ever gets chipped. So I went and I brushed on some fluid film on the top of the frame rails just to get it in here before the cab goes on. So here we go, let's try to pull her over here. Uh-oh. Aha! Now, gotta go up. It's a little top heavy now. Easy now. Need like a swivel shackle. It's working though, it's working. Man, it's going right on there. That is just about it. This is awesome. This is awesome. it's fitting on there nice. So I'm going to go ahead and in the front, where's my head? I'm going to go ahead in the front. I'm going to use the front 2 bolts into the frame mounts. I'm going to put a bolt in the one corner and move it and line those up, and then I'll line up the back corners. But you know, it was built to be on this truck, so let me stand over here. Aha! It was built to be on this frame, so everything's going to go right back in place easily. But this is awesome. Okay, got all 4 of my bolts in, so I can go ahead and let this down. Aha! Bam! Let's go ahead and get her going and roll this thing over and check it out. This load leveler worked the freaking nuts for moving this thing around. There was no magic there. One shot action. Look at this, you can see how low this thing is. I gotta bend down, holy crap, look at this. This is the first time this truck has been together since the fall of 2012. So what's that, 7 years it's been apart? And this is my dream of when I wanted to redo it, was to put a traditional front end on it. And I'm gonna use that 34 truck grill shell. We still gotta channel that down to meet the channeled 29 body here. But this is what I wanted to do. Originally when I built the truck, I didn't have the money to buy an original Ford frame or Ford front end or anything like that, so I had cobbled together out of free parts I found in junkyard parts. I used the Jeep Comanche tube axle in the front with a 4-bar, and it was like raked way out in the front and all that, and I ran it 20,000 miles that way. It worked great, but the front end was too long and the rear end was too short. So I'm going to do a story on this thing. I built this truck from the cowl back and the frame and all that. Started with the real bits and pieces of a 29 pickup, and I built this whole thing in the kitchen of my old house I used to rent before I bought this house. You heard that right, in the kitchen. I laid it all out, but I laid the whole thing out in the kitchen, tacked it all together. It was originally a roadster pickup. I started building it, but now I've turned it back into a solid cab pickup, and blew it all apart, took it outside, reassembled it, and drove it. So this is awesome here. Let's get the bed out. I'll throw that on and see what that looks like. All right, I've gone and taped some cardboard on the frame because I don't have the bottom of the box rubberized with Herculiner yet, where it's going to sit on here. So I just want to protect the paint on the frame. So I got this on an old dolly. Let me dolly her on over. And probably just kick the dolly right out. Let's see here. I bet I can just walk this right on here. Ah! It's garage CrossFit. Here we go. Whoa. Hold that. Bam, look at that. We got a hot rod now. That's awesome. The front of the frame is about 3 inches longer than stock on a stock Model A because I didn't want to cut the firewall. I need the feet room because this thing's channeled 4 inches and chopped about six or so inches, so it's super tight in the cab. I need all the foot room I can get, so that's why I stretched the frame in the front and I lengthened the hood a couple inches. But then to combat the front end being long, I wanted the long original box on the back here to like even out the proportions of the truck, and plus I can haul more junk in here because I like to haul junk. Man, this is going to be nice. This detail line I've been working on the back of the cab where I welded this. This used to be a lift-off top. It's like 24 gauge sheet metal, super thin. And I just kind of welded it on to the 16 gauge down here on the bottom that I used. But I had just had mismatch of seams and seam sealer, and so I'm going to replicate a Ford style body line. I got this flat stock welded on here. It's going to mold to the top and to the bottom and make a recess, or not recess, make a bump out all the way around here to give this a little body line character, and it will look pretty cool on the back here. I'm keeping my louvers I decided in the top, and I'm keeping my big back window I built. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit here, but it's going to look pretty much 29-ish on the back, except it's going to be different size back window in the louvers. But this is kicked down here nice. I got the frame covers, which are over there. There's no way to mount those to the frame yet. I got to make a couple of tabs to mount those to the frame, but they'll cover up all this action down here and fill all that in. I got one more thing we can try. Oh wow, man, look at this. This is the first time I've seen this with the headers and the body all put together. I just, built it on the frame. I did a video on that. Just built the exhaust on the frame without having the cab on it. And I love how it all ties in here to the cowl and all that. It fits perfect here. Now, I think I said this frame is about, I don't know, 3 inches, 4 inches longer in the front to accommodate the channeled body. I've got the radiator actually down below the crossmember. A lot of channel cars in the 50s, you'd see they kick the radiator way out ahead of the crossmember because you got to get it down, and they look too goofy. So I actually kicked the crossmember ahead, and I've got this. I think it's a 33 or 34 Ford truck grill shell because it's wider than the 32. And I had made these pieces when I had the 29 grill shell on here. This filler piece to accommodate for the 3-inch longer action, and I got some Zeus fasteners. The hood comes down and Zeus fastens into these. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the radiator down behind the crossmember. That's how I set the frame up to be, and get it all dialed in. And I'm going to trim this grill shell. You can see it's still a lot higher than the cowl. I have to trim another couple inches off the bottom of this and pull it back in to fill up this gap. Pull it back in and do a little custom action around the crossmember, probably with a license plate surround and stuff like that to drop it down. And then I've got stock Model A headlight bar here with some guide headlights on it. I'll get a drop headlight bar or drop this one and probably use stock fender brackets. Just get the headlights down, and then there'll be a shock mount in here too. But this is looking awesome. Super excited here to put it back together and actually see what it's going to look like. Got the roof skin on there. I got to put the driver's side door on, bolt a couple things down, and then I can fandangle the wiring around back through here. So things are really starting to happen now. I'm super excited to get this all pieced back together and see what it's going to look like. I'm going to roll it outside tomorrow and take some pictures for Instagram. Quick Speed Shop, all one word on Instagram. But I'm going to keep hammering on this thing now. This will be a good fall-time project, and hopefully I can get it going along before the snow flies. I've got it registered already, so I just want to be able to slam it together and get it all dialed in and take it for a shakedown run before the snow flies here, and I got to put it away for the winter. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit the bell for alerts. Tell your friends, and as always, we'll see you right back here at the Quick Speed Shop for more Model A hot rod shop truck action.